Hey guys, I just wanted to reach out to you and let you know that Surewinder is still selling amazing products. Some of you guys have been dragging your feet for whatever reason. If your shoulder hurts, do not waste time. Pull the trigger. I just bought 4 or 5 of them, and we had 2 guys out. You know how much it cost me to pay for 2 guys being out with bad shoulders? We just pulled the trigger and we said, listen, everybody's going to have one on a truck. It's mandatory. You got to use it. Don't hesitate. Don't wait till your guys go down. It's going to cost you more. Buy a Surewinder.
What's up, guys? Ryan here, Torsion Talk podcast. We're going to record. I'm actually sitting in a dark conference room in Hilton Head, South Carolina, to record this podcast. We went on a quick vacation. So my wife and kids and I took off to Hilton Head yesterday morning. Kids are out of school. I've been just so bogged down with travel and trying to launch FieldPulse that we needed to get away. Not ideal as far as time goes because I'm losing Friday and Monday on our launch that's supposed to happen on Tuesday, and we are certainly not ready, which I'm not sure we'll ever feel like we're ready. But regardless, here we are. I've got literally 0 days to launch, and I'm on vacation, feeling like I'm not prepared. We're going to make the best of it, and I'm going to break down today a little bit about my experience with FieldPulse, and I'm going to talk a little bit about AI. You know, I'll start with the AI thing because I think it's super important. I just want to say that AI is so much greater than putting in the prompts and getting feedback. I want you guys to explore the possibilities with AI. And how I want you to do that is I want you to go into your ChatGPT or whatever your preferred LLM is, and I want you to put in a prompt that goes something like this. You're an AI expert in home services. Give me 10 ideas of how we can use AI in my business in the garage door industry to accelerate growth, reduce costs, and streamline our systems. Try that. Just send that. And I'm very interested to see what comes back. Guys, I was in a flight a few weeks ago and we were having trouble with our guys closing on site. And you have all these products out there that are like recording devices. We record our CSRs when new phone calls come in. Why not record our salespeople so we can train off of it? The girls don't mind, they shouldn't mind. And it's a very simple technology. I'm talking like super duper simple technology. This stuff, like you're piggybacking on hardware that's already there. So I get in flight, I'm leaving Phoenix, headed to our event in Fort Lauderdale, which I'll gladly talk about if you guys want me to, but it was phenomenal. I think I already discussed it last podcast. So, with that being said, on the flight out, I decided by the time we land, I want an MVP of a system that we can record our salespeople in the field and be able to coach off of it. So, with that, it's like, where do you start? Well, I was already familiar with all these platforms where they do like recordings, or like they do coding, rather. So let's take, for example, Riplet. Riplet's one, right? You got a bunch of different ones, Copilot. Basically, it's like you don't have to know code. You just have to understand the ideal of how things are built, the architecture. So if you understand the architecture, you understand what's possible. the more like direct you can be with your prompting, the better. So what I did was I prompted it to give me two components, right? One is a recording device piggybacking on the native iOS recording device so that we can be offline. The other is a portal where we can like record or like store our recordings, and it's kind of like a back end tool. And so my challenge was I got to finish this by the time we land. 4 hours with an iPad on an airplane. Wi-Fi is not great. Lots of challenges here, right? No dual screens, none of that. I was able to build it, test it, and it's deployable now. Like I can deploy this technology as we speak, which is nuts to me. Um, Absolutely nuts. AI is going to transform the way that we do things. I'm going to give you another example. So let's take in consideration like Service Titan, right? I could probably build Service Titan if I didn't have 15 businesses where I could just focus on service site, like building a Service Titan. I could probably build a Service Titan polished, ready to go, ready to deploy website, um, marketing material, all of that, like a legit company, Service Titan competitor, probably better than Service Titan. I could do that in about 3 months if I was working the same amount of hours I'm working now, but just focus strictly on that. Guys, I'm telling you, 3 months, I can build a tool that has that makes hundreds of millions of dollars, publicly traded company, like software is dead. You're going to have people building software for their own companies that's designed specifically for your goals and needs. Software is dead, y'all. I mean, I'm not going to lie. Part of me feels like marketing might be in the future where it's like you just have a marketing agent that works for you 24/7 and is doing marketing on your behalf. We're certainly not there yet, but we're getting closer. And for someone who owns a marketing agency, these are the things that we're having conversations with internally about how does this affect us? Well, I think it affects us as we need to be first. We need to be building these agents, and we are. We're getting these things built internally, and what we're seeing the capabilities being is unbelievable. It's nuts, y'all. Like when I tell you the great divide, this period over the next 5 to 10 years is going to be the greatest divide between success and failure you've ever seen. And I may be exaggerating. It may not be 5 to 10, it may be 2 to 5. So, as much as you might hate me saying this for you, when I tell you that if you're not on board soon, it may be too late, guys, I'm begging you. I know you probably think I'm being dramatic. I know you think I'm being crazy, whatever. But I'm begging you to take this serious and at least start doing your research. Start playing with it, start getting familiar with it. What's crazy is I was throwing a live event in Atlanta, told probably 50 business owners in the garage door industry that we're going to be working on automation and AI. And it's going to be a workshop. So when you come here, we're going to actually work on a system and we're going to try and automate it for you live and show everybody like what we're doing. 0 signups. Guys, this is nuts to me. Absolutely nuts. I think it's intimidating, or people are sticking their head in the sand because they don't have the capacity, or they don't understand it. You don't have to understand it, right? Like, do you fully understand the stock market? You don't probably fully understand the stock market, but you put your money in it. Listen, guys, I promise you, please, please, please spend some time in this. What I'm doing with AI right now, building things, disgusting, disgusting. Like, what I'm going to be deploying over the next 12 to 24 months is going to be revolutionary for the garage door industry. Okay, this is be a perfect transition over to FieldPulse. Listen to one example of what I've built recently. I built, it took me like an hour. Okay. Um, I took all of FieldPulse's help docs. I scraped them using the AI. Then I pour all that information into a knowledge base, or I use that as a knowledge base. So anytime they update their help docs, I'm getting updated information. Then I have the ability to chat with it, or I can call it from a phone and talk to it and have it walk me through what I need. Okay, Service Titan's trying to charge me, or not Service Titan, PhilPulse trying to charge me for like a dedicated support agent or whatever, right? Which I think is great. But like, while I'm deploying, there's certain things where I'm like, man, I really wish I had this, or like I could get this answer. Um, and I could search the help docs and like read through them, but I love the way it explains it to me with AI. Like, that's the biggest difference for me. So now, however, I can have my field team call into it, my office staff call into it, or chat with it, and it can communicate with humans the way that we want to be communicated to. We don't have to worry about being rude and disrupting it or interrupting it. We can say, hey, that wasn't exactly what I was thinking. This is what I'm thinking, like giving it some more clarity, but it's decent. I mean, I could probably improve it with like our SOPs on specifically how we plan to do it, but it's as dumb as it's ever going to be right now. And the more I train it, the smarter it's going to get. And I put that together in like 15 minutes.
Hey guys, I found something that changed my business and I want to share it with you. We've created packages that have included some of the best products in our industry to offer our service customers. The heart of that package is Stealth Hardware Kit. Stealth Hardware is the quietest hinges on the market. I challenge you to buy at least one of these, test it for yourself. Put it on your truck and design a quiet performance package for your customers willing to pay for a better, smoother running door. Buy your Stealth Hardware Kit at Service Spring, do a search for Quiet Hinge, and then buy that. You can buy a double or single door, 7 or 8 foot tall, and promise you it'll change your service forever.
Somer USA and Somer Group want to thank you for an incredible year and the trust you put in them and their products. As you know, Somer places high value on relationships, education, customer service, innovation, and professionalism. And they are grateful to you for your part in the fostering and dissemination of these values. If there is any way Somer can support you in your journey, whether through their products, the values they hold to, or the knowledge Somer has gained through interaction with door dealers across the world, please reach out to the team at your convenience. They are here to serve you. Again, thank you from the entire Somer team. Check them out at somerusa.com. Tell them Ryan sent you.
I mean, I don't know what else you can do, but there's so many things you can do with building things with AI. Um, and I know there's a lot of people resist it, but just trust me when I tell you, if you want to run efficient, even if you don't want to have AI be front of house, maybe you have AI back of house, right? Meaning there's no customer engagement, it's just for your staff internally. What if you put all of your SOPs? It's funny, I was in a management meeting with my team at Aaron Overhead Doors, and I was complaining about the fact that we don't do a good job with like our SOPs. And they started to argue with me that they do. Well, we make them and then we store them. Okay, where do we store them? And then two of my managers both said different places. And I said, well, if y'all don't know where we store them, or if we store them in both, I can guarantee you our staff doesn't. But if you have AI, like, I mean, you don't need to store them anywhere. Like people can just go chat and figure out what the process is for specific things. Nobody wants to read through a document anyway to understand how to handle a certain situation. I mean, I'm about to build a knowledge base with every um, manual in the garage door industry. So we're going to take all the manuals for all the products for the last like 5, 10 years, and we're going to dump it into a knowledge base and create agents that anytime your guys are in the field and get stuck, they can call the agent. I mean, hell, that's better than ride tech support because I mean, like I love my ride tech rep. He's freaking amazing. But if you call support, you may get him today, you may get him tomorrow, but you're definitely going to hear back from him on day 3 or 4. Well, you may not be there, so you can't like test it when the phone call comes back. It's crazy, but it's a complicated product. I'm sure they don't have 50,000 people that know how to support it. If we could take these help docs and create, or like the manuals and all the like the knowledge base, and we could dump it into something, and then people in the field can call, hey, what spring should I put on this door? Like, how many times do we get that in these Facebook groups? That goes away completely. 100% never needed again. You just call this AI bot. You can text it, you can call it, complete support for the field. It's freaking nuts, man. It's absolutely freaking nuts. All right, so let's get back to FieldPulse. FieldPulse, I just want to talk about like where I'm at real quick and then some features that I'm really excited about. FieldPulse has these well, first of all, where I'm at. Okay, sorry, y'all. I'm bouncing around. So we're really close to deployment. I would say my price book is close to done, not perfect. We do have some templates for the field, which is great. We have we're syncing our QuickBooks, which seems to be going pretty well. Um, we are fighting Service Titan tooth and nail. Like I'm about to lose my mind. So we put in our intent not to renew back in I think like February, and Service Titan will not confirm. They will not confirm. We've put it in like one or two other times since then just to be like, yo, okay, here's a screenshot of the conversation. Like, if you are unwilling to accept this new one, plenty enough time, way ahead of time. But we've been going through this since February. I just got an email yesterday saying that the management still has not decided or whatever on or accepted my non-renewal. Guys, You're talking about one of the most poorly run, unethical software companies in the world. Like, there are scandalous AI companies out there that are more upfront about screwing you than these guys. I can't begin to tell you how frustrating it is when we have to follow up and ask over and over and over and over again, are, are we good? Are we good? Can we get our files? Can we go to offboarding? Now we're 3 weeks away from being completely off where our contract ends. I assume they're going to end my contract, but I don't know because we've asked probably a dozen times and we keep getting non-answers. Apparently, our rep can't get anything accomplished. He keeps telling us that he's going to management and management's not giving him any answers. Guys, this is when you're like, you want to talk about failure. When you have such a big company and so many systems and layers that you can't even accept a cancellation properly, they're idiots. Listen, unbelievable, unfreaking believable. So, FieldPulse, we go live like in a few days, talking Tuesday or Wednesday at the latest. We're definitely don't feel like we're ready, but we're going. I feel like for the most part, it'll be okay. We got help docs. I created a Slack channel for support. I'm blocked myself off to be available for my team in the field if they need help. Um, should be good. We've supplied some videos to some of the guys. I got to record a bunch of looms for everybody. So they have loom videos on like how to. So I'm going to be doing that on Tuesday morning. Uh, I mean, I feel good. I think we're going to probably have to push it off to Wednesday, but regardless, feel good. Now, some of the features that I'm excited about are, you know, how all these software kind of force you down the same path where it's like you have to do this process and then you got to adjust your processes to fit the software. Well, here's what's interesting. They have what they call workflows, and they encourage you to create a workflow for each business, like a line. So, for example, for residential, you might have residential new construction install, residential service like repair, residential repair be back, residential warranty, residential, retrofit install. So you might have all these different workflows. Now, that's great. And I think that's super cool. And trust me when I tell you, I think that's going to be a huge benefit to us. But they just rolled out something called ClearPath. And I think this is a game changer. This is like another layer to that because that was more or less like a checklist where when they logged into the app and opened it up, it would have like these steps that they just click on and work their way through. And with their API, you can actually trigger things based off of those, stages of that workflow. Now, here's where it gets interesting. ClearPath allows you to like go into one of the workflows. So, for example, let's say we're doing residential service, and then when we hit arrive, there's going to be like tasks that they've got to complete when they arrive. So, what we've done is arrive equals safety inspection, building quotes. So, now we can actually say we're going to go with this little, I forgot what they call it, but it's like clear view or like focus view or something like that, where when you click that and then you put these steps in there into that one arrive workflow stage, now what's going to happen is they're kind of like locked into this view on their app where they have instructions, so you can type out instructions. Like one, you click the button below to open up your safety inspection. Click the button, opens up the safety inspection. They fill it out, they complete it, then they go back to that screen, and it says number two, build out estimate. So then they click, and it just literally has a button down below that says create estimate. So they create it, and they can import their templates and all that stuff. And within seconds, like, you're ready to go. This is super cool because for older guys in our industry who have the skill set to go out and do a good job and treat the customers right, they don't have to worry about learning a technology. They just have to go through the process. Just click the next button. Like, that's all you got to tell them. Click the next button, read the instructions, and do what it says. Like, that, guys, is how you create a really simple software that works for everybody. We've overcomplicated it. It's way complicated. This is beautiful. I love this. I'm so excited about it. The other thing that I want to tell you about is they just rolled out what they call vendor chat, which is super cool. And by the way, I'm not getting paid. I'm not an endorser. I'm just learning. And you guys know I love to learn. I love to share what I'm learning. And when it comes to software, I'm a software guy. I came from software. So it's easy for me to like understand it and then share it with you guys. Vendor chat allows everyone in the company to have one place where they communicate with your suppliers on like trying to get updates or quotes or whatever. I think this is freaking amazing. I love how they built it out. I love how everything's in one place. All the communication with your vendors, all in one place, y'all. Like, all of your acknowledgments for your orders, like everything. Super excited about this. I think that now we'll be able to even scan that inbox possibly with AI and create like an account manager that then gives automatic updates to our clients based on the status of what we're getting from our suppliers. This is freaking huge. So I wanted to share those things with you and wish you one of the best weeks. I know things have really picked up for Air and Overhead Doors this week. We had a really bummer September. I was not great. Joseph Roberts shared a statistic: 71% of homeowners are postponing home projects. So that sucks. But we do feel like things are loosening up a little bit. When the interest rate was dropped, I think that's some optimism that maybe we've hit the floor on some of the bad stuff and we're going to be going up from here. So fingers crossed. Love you guys. Thank you so much for your support. Really appreciate it. Hit me up. Love to hear from you. Let me know what you think about the episode. I'm going to chill with the family for the next few days here at Hilton Head and talk to you later.